Today, I'm just going to give a nutshell of what Finance Minister has gave in the budget speech, which is regarding the development projects they have in hand. So, to start with, the Finance Minister said our Honorable Prime Minister had a very big vision that India at 100. During his Independence Day speech, he has the biggest vision from India 75 to India at 100. It is a 25 long years lead to India at 100. So this period they're calling Amrit Kaal. This is a period of good time. So now this budget, what they're making the basement for India at 100, and whatever the planning, it was planned in 21-22 budget, and that is also continued. So the fundamentally speaking, it's a long-term vision budget they are planned. So government aims to attain following visions during the period of good times. So what is a plan? What is the aim? What's the aim of the government? To improve the macroeconomic growth with microeconomic welfare focus and promote digital economy, fintech, technical and technology enabled development, energy transmission and climate action. And the last one, relying on virtuous cycle starting from private investment and public investment and helping to crowd in private investment. So these are the main focus of our finance minister, and these are the three aims which our finance minister wants to achieve. So that three is divided into these four categories. So one category is PM GatiShakti, which is related to infrastructure, inclusive development, and productivity enhancement, investment, sunrise opportunity, energy transition and climatic action, and financing of investment. These are the four main areas that were concentrated by the finance minister during the budget speech. Let us see one of them independently. Now, we will see the first one as PM GatiShakti. So, it is a transformational approach for the economic growth. What the finance minister said, there are 7 engines for the approach. What are the 7 engines? Road, railways, airport, ports, mass transport, waterway, and logistics infrastructure. So these are the 7 engines, and these engines are going to be concentrated. All 7 engines will pull forward the economy to the growth side simultaneously. And these engines will get supported by complementary roles of energy transmission, IT communication, bulk water sewage, and social infrastructure. And these engines will be powered by clean energy. So this is the biggest vision on the infrastructure part, and they were concentrating the 7 engines, and they want to develop the 7 engines in PM GatiShakti program for making India towards a growth and to have a simultaneous development. And now what they have made PM GatiShakti National Master Plan. So now they are making the whole India a master plan for that, and these 7 engines are concentrated in that for economic transformation, seamless multimodal connectivity, and logistic efficiency. What will be the focus in the master plan? The focus will be in the master plan is planning what to be done and how to finance the activity and use of technology for speeder implementation of what is planned. So this is the master plan approach for the PM GatiShakti infrastructure development project. Next, the road. And now the next that is 22-23, government is planning to go for express highways in some important areas. So express highways, it will be just a start and end, in between no stop. No road will be connected. So express highways will increase the speed and decrease the travel time. And the next one is the national highway network will be expanded by 25,000 kilometers in 22-23. and 20,000 crore will be mobilized through innovative financing to complement the public resource, which means 20,000 crore is government is planning to mobilize, and they are saying it will be an innovative way. By what way we have to see along with the government money. Next is seamless multimodal movement of goods and people. So this is very interesting topic. First, let me explain what is multimodal transport. I want to get one material from Gujarat. The possibility is from Gujarat port to I can get through. Initially, it can come by water, and it can come through train, and it can come to lorry. So one goods is traveling through three mode of transport. We will call it as a multimodal transport. But today we don't have a platform integrating all the three. We have a separate platform. Ship means separate, train means separate, and lorry means separate. But now government is planning for a single platform where all three operators are sitting. So what is the advantage? We can plan our time, and our efficiency in movement of goods will be developed. Because of that, reduction in cost and time, just-in-time inventory can be planned, and elimination tedious documentation. So most important, the real-time information will be got, and improvement of international competitiveness. So this is a seamless multimodal is an innovative thought, and it's a welcomeable and wonderful. Further, they are creating a platform called Unified Logistics Interface Platform. Next, multimodal parks. To start with, their contracts for implementing multimodal logistics park at 4 locations through PPP mode will be awarded. So 22 and 23, the 4 locations, which locations we don't know, the government is yet to announce. Then agriculture. So government has procured and paid 2.37 lakh crores direct payment to MSP value to farmers. It's a very good thing, and farmers' income is getting satisfied through MSP. So farmers are satisfied. And next level government is planning to have a chemical-free natural farming. So I just had a thought, because majority of our fertilizers are imported. So import is very high. So foreign exchange problem, inflation. So I think government is next level planning to have a chemical-free natural farm. To start with the first stage, they are planning to focus on the farmers' land in 5 kilometers wide corridor along Ganga River. So there they're having, it's a first stage process is happening. Once it is successful, they will develop this process throughout the country. So they are motivating chemical-free natural farming and to reduce dependence on import of oil seeds. Yes, today we are importing oil seeds, and what government is planning now to have domestic production of oil seeds. Oil seeds is planned. So next is use of Kisan drones is promoted through crop assessment, digitalization of land records, spraying of insecticides and nutrients. Next, NABARD. NABARD is to finance startups for agriculture and rural enterprise relevant for farm produce value chain. What are the activity the startup can do? Supporting an FPO, farmer producer organization, machinery for farmers on rental basis at farm level, technology including IT based supports. So if any startups involved in these 3 activity, NABARD will finance the startups. Next, river linking project. So draft DPRs of 5 river links, namely Damanganga, Pinjal, Partapai, Narmada, Godavari, Krishna, Pennar, Kaveri has been finalized. So detailed project report is ready, and government is in principle okay. Now what is it? All the states which are involved in this matter has to come to a consensus, and then once they come to the consensus, center will provide support for the implementation of river linking project. Next, MSMEs. So now one important activity what they are planning now. Now we have 4 different sites. One is Udayam, one is Ishram, NCS, and Ashim. What now government is planning? The government is planning to integrate all 3 sites, interlinking. What is Udayam? It's a MSME registration certificate will be obtained for MSME through Udayam portal, and Ishram, National Database for Unorganized Workers, and NCS, National Career Service. To get government job, we have to apply through National Career Service, and Ashim, it's a directory of skilled workers. So now what government is planning? The government is planning to interlink all the 4 and having a one site. The scope of the site will be developed. Now what is the advantage? Now the portal will give live data, organic data, database for providing G2C, government to customer, B2C and B2B services. What are the services? The services related to credit facilitation, skilling and recruitment with a further formalize of the economy and enhance entrepreneurial opportunity to all. So for this purpose, government is trying to integrate all the 4 to 1. And next is emergency credit line guarantee scheme has provided much additional support to more than 130 lakh MSMEs during the pandemic. It has supported MSME a lot. Now, what is the MSME that's still suffering now? Hospitality industry and related service, especially those are micro and small, are yet to regain the pre-pandemic level. So what now government has decided? Now the ECLGS will be extended up to March 2023. So they extended 1 more year and they have increased the cover additional 50,000. So the total credit guarantee is today it is standing at 5 lakh crores. So additional 50,000 and they are saying it is earmarked only for the hospitality and related enterprises. So this is a for the hospitality like hotels. For them it will be very helpful. So additional 50,000 is only for them and not for everyone. Next, CGTMSE. So CGTMSE will be revamped and with required infusion of funds. So government is infusing as additional funds inside CGTMSE. Because of additional infusement, the additional credit of 2 lakh crores to MSMEs is possible now. So now CGTMSE insurance is now government is going to encourage still more funding under CGTMSE. Because of the additional infusement, it's a very, very important and very advantage for the MSMEs who are very need of funds and they have right business plan and right approach. They can avail this option under CGTMSE. And the new scheme is raising and accelerating MSME performance. It's an innovative concept. Still, we don't know how they are going to do, but they have a thought. Rising and accelerating MSME performance, they have a thought. So we have to see how they are going to come. For that purpose, they are spending 6,000 crores over 5 years to be done. But because of this, what advantage? MSMEs will become resilient, competitive and efficient. So it's a very good thing for us. And now they're going to create digital university. So the digital university means the university which we already study in a college or outside. It is a physical university where we study. Now government is planning to come with a digital university. So it's a virtual university and university will be created. Now what's the advantage? So it provide access to students across the country for world-class quality universal education with personalized learning experience at their doorsteps. And this will be available in different Indian languages. So who will be creating the university? The existing best public university and institution will collaborate among themselves and create a digital university. So this digital university is going to get very advantageous situation and it gives an equal education to all the students across the country. So it's a very advantageous one. And Ayushman Bharat Digital Mission, an open platform for national digital health ecosystem to be rolled out, and it consists of digital entries. So what is this? First of all, it is a database where it has who is the health provider, health facility. I think health provider means name of the hospital, and health facilities, what are the facilities a hospital has, and unique health identity, and consent framework, and universal access to health facilities. So it is going further. If this side, it is this system where we will have our health record shared within this portal with our consent. So what's the advantage? It is the sharing of data will be quicker, and one hospital can take the data another hospital. If the one hospital where we got, they say they take all testing and they'll say we can't do here, you have to go to some other hospital. At that time, some other hospital also will do the same testing and again. So if we have like this network, digital platform, the first hospital will share, getting our consent will share the data to the portal. That portal will share the data to the second hospital. So it's a public health record is maintained. So there will be no duplication of things happen. It's a very innovative and very wonderful one. And tap water to houses. So in this budget, allocation of 60,000 crore has been made with the aim to cover 3.8 crore households in 2022 and 23. It's a good news. And housing for all in 2022-23, they are planning to give 80 lakh houses a subsidy in the name PM Awas Yojana in both rural and urban. The amount allocated is 48,000 crore, and this scheme is very wonderful. I think I am also one of the beneficiary of the scheme. Last year I got 2.5 lakhs from the government under PM Awas Yojana. This is given for the first time first time I'm constructing or buying first time house. So anyone is in the situation, you can approach their banker. Through bank only the scheme is get initiated, and they only apply the application. So I felt very interesting on the scheme. And Prime Minister Development Initiative of the North Indian region, and this new scheme which will be concentrating for the funding infrastructure for social development projects. What is social development? Social development means schools, colleges, hospitals, and etc. So they are the social development projects that are very much needed in Northeast. So government has decided to allocate 1,500 crores for that. And Vibrant Village program. Why this Vibrant Village program? Especially in border areas where the population is very little and limited connectivity, infrastructure often get out of the development gains. Such villages are concentrated, and with the help of the money that is allocated in Vibrant Village program, those money is spent for the border villages. So the border villages also will get equal importance, and they also get all infrastructure developments through this Vibrant Village program. And anytime, anywhere post office savings. Actually, I really felt very happy about reading this. So villages are the place where the next growth we have to concentrate, and the number of banks and villages are very little. So there is a thought is different. There we need development, but banks are little. So now government has planned a post office to a bank. Yeah, it is already done. Why? What is the advantage now? See, it was a local server. Everything will happen. Only the person who is having account in that village can deposit money, withdraw money. If a person having money in another post office, he can't come to this post office and take. Now, government is planning to go for core banking. So anywhere deposit, anywhere withdrawal. So it is similar to a bank. So it says a highly advantageous So core banking system enabling financial inclusion and access accounts through net banking, mobile banking, ATM, and also provide online transfer funding between post office account and bank account. So now post office is going to become a complete bank. So in a moment, we are getting lots of banks in rural areas also. So this will help especially for farmers, senior citizens in rural areas, enabling interoperability and financial inclusion. And this is where we have to concentrate. So what government said, to this happening, urban planning cannot continue with the business as usual approach, which means today how we are there planning for the urban development, it should not be continued. A paradigm shift in the change of thinking has to happen. For that purpose, a high-level committee has been formed for the recommendation on urban sector policies, capacity building, planning, and implementation of the governance. So it's a very futuristic approach and very much necessary. And land record management. So efficient use of land resource is a strong imperative. Now, what central government is saying, the states will be encouraged to adopt unique land parcel identification number to facilitate IT-based management record. I think today we all have survey number, door number. So what central government is saying, create one more number called unique land parcel identification number. What they have to do, it will be the adoption or linkage of national generic documentation registration system NGDRS with one nation, one registration software. This is the new thing. So now in Tamil Nadu, we have a different software for land registration. Every state, we have a different software. Now what they're going to plan, one nation, one registration software is planned. So what is the advantage? If it is like that, any registration can be done from anywhere. So we need not go to the register office where the concerned property is located. So this is the thing they are futuristically they are planning one nation, one registration software, and any registration of deeds and documents is possible. Anywhere registration also possible. And it is available in all the languages. So schedule 8 languages also will be available. So insolvency and bankruptcy, all necessary amendments are being carried out to enhance the efficiency of the resolution process and facilitate cross-border insolvency resolution. So these are the two things which are still there finding difficult, especially with the cross-border insolvency resolution. So necessary amendments are being planned. So accelerate corporate exit. So several IT-based system has been established for accelerated registration of new companies. Today we apply for a company and immediately in 10 days it comes. Now when I want to close the company, what is the procedure? The procedure is so lengthy, it will take 2 years for closing a company. Now what the government is planned, they have to accelerate corporate exit. So they see PACE is a process re-engineering established to facilitate speed up for the voluntarily winding up of the companies. So from the current required 2 years to less than 6 months. So now they're concentrating on accelerated corporate exit also to be happen quickly. And government procurement. The provisions has been made for the payment of 75% of the running bill mandatorily within 7 days and for encouraging settlements of disputes through conciliation. So this is very interesting. So if I supply for 1,75,000 need to be paid within 7 days. That's the level of procedure government is planning, and it's a good welcome one. And telecom sector. So telecommunication in general and 5G technology in particular can be enable growth and offer job opportunities. So required spectrum auction will be conducted in 2022 to facilitate rollout of 5G mobile service within 22-23 by private telecom providers. So one more thing, for the setting up 5G ecosystem, the manufacturing of materials to be also planned. So that manufacturing is covered under production linked incentive scheme. So it is a very good opportunity. The 5G parts will be manufactured in India and it will not be imported.
So when you have got another 2-3 minutes only, yeah?
Yes. And export promotion and Special Economic Zone Act is going to be replaced by another act where state government also will be participating in the SEZ zone. So Atmanirbhar and defense. So government procurement for the defense locally has been raised to 68% from 58%. So it's a very good news. So sunrise opportunity. So these are the areas: artificial intelligence, geospatial systems and drones, semiconductor, space economy, pharmaceuticals, green energy, and clean mobility systems. So in these areas, our government is willing to fund for R&D. So these areas, government saying these are the next generation where opportunities are more. And green bonds. So it is a sovereign green bonds are issued by government for funding in the green infrastructure. Green infrastructure means proceeds will be deployed in public sector projects which helps in reducing carbon intensity of the economy. And venture capitalists and private equity. So by last year, venture capitalists and private equity has invested 5.5 lakh crores in the last year. So government is thinking to scaling up still more investment. Government is planning to have a holistic examination of the regulatory and other frictions. So for that, an expert committee will be set up to suggest the appropriate measures, whether the regulatory framework and other frictions are very conducive for the venture capitalists and private equity players to come and invest. So digital rupee. So same thing like a hand rupee, hand currency. Now RBI, the central bank, is planning to come with a digital rupee. So the advantage is it is more efficient and cheaper currency management, and digital rupee is going to come through blockchain technology. And infrastructure status. So data centers and energy storage system are considered as a part of infrastructure, so that the credit availability for funding them will be available through banking channel. So the end of this thing, this is the fiscal situation. What is the receipt we have? What is the payments we have? So revenue receipt means tax receipt. Non-tax receipt, we have 22 lakh crore. And capital receipts, loan recovery, other receipts, and borrowings from outsiders, 17 lakh crore. So if you see the payments, revenue account 19 lakh 36,000 crores, and interest paid for the loan taken by the country 9 lakh crore, and grant in aids 3 lakh crore. So if you see that entire, there's a complete mismatch on the revenue part. Revenue seems to be small, but revenue expenses seems to be very higher. We will call it as a revenue deficit. So revenue deficit alone, we have 9,90,000 crore, which means the day-to-day expenses of our country is not met by our country's income. Our country's income is short while considering the revenue expense that is being made. And if you see the overall fiscal deficit, the fiscal deficit is coming to almost 16,61,196 crore. How it is solved? The 16,61,196 is borrowed from outsiders. So this year also we have our borrowing at a very higher, and the reason for the borrowing also because of the huge capital expenditure that we commit. So if we are going towards a futuristic and government, we say tax increase, but we did not see the expense of the government. We are just saying income of the government. If you see the expense of government, we have to give lot of money to the government to have a satisfiable situation. The existing revenue is not sufficient. So this is the present situation of our country, and our fiscal deficit stands at almost to 6.4%. And thank you.